Oh,
So you,
you had enough people to do it?
I call tonight's meeting of the Dalton Select Board to order.
There's AP and payroll. Lots of checks today.
Okay.
Um. Yeah, I got a few more payrolls if you need them.
So are the stipend checks considered like payroll that only need one select board signature?
Yes,
Harbor Bank, that's our loan, right?
that's the tan, yes.
Hey, if you look at please, plastic hits in the water or something. True bands. No.
Remember not to sign the top one. Don't sign the top one. It's a check to you.
Don't turn it.
Don't sign it.
Don't sign it.
Like, did tell me about my hearing aids on.
I have to put mine in or I trouble functioning with them.
You know, abstention.
It's
It's Sunday.
Jay even doing what, Smith Road?
Yes, that's the final payment. Final payment for the contractor.
I guess somebody hit it right out here.
You're not payment for the engineer.
Probably as they close everything out.
Has the total come in for what was proposed? In other words,
What do you mean?
like we're not over or under, right? It's for what was proposed in terms of,
You mean the contract that we signed?
yeah.
It's under by about $10,000. We get $2,500 credit for the fence
Okay.
posts and they only use like $315 or something of testing allowance. So we got a $7,000, $7,300 credit on that or something.
Good. And then we're not sure how long it's gonna be to get the FEMA reimbursement,
We've already gotten it.
but not in the last payment.
They only pay 75%. So
Oh, so they've already paid 75% of the,
they already
Total.
paid 75% of the total. Yeah.
okay.
No. Yeah. The whole sheet. Oh.
This go in this pile?
Yeah, you just missed one.
Oh. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, there was an agenda under there, somebody's.
Did a lot of repair stuff for highway vehicles.
Oh, I know. And equipment.
Yeah,
Yep.
the preventive maintenance or some of it's just so.
A little bit of both.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one we're expecting like 5,000 on the grader? Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that for that work?
I think so.
I don't remember what it was. Basically, we voted, it, right?
Parts of it, yes.
That's over 11,000 instead of 5,000. It's this might be something I think we might need to look at depending on how we're doing it for end of the year, capital reserve. This one right here. That I'm asking about. No, it's I just when we talked to Adam, he thought that the grader repair, I thought it was gonna be 5,000 to repair the grader, and it's 11,000, so that's what I was asking about. If I'm remembering correctly from our discussion.
But Adam told us,
Yes.
I thought it was, if I'm remembering correctly, I thought it was a grader was,
He said it was gonna probably be about $5,000.
only two, I mean, we did a lot more grading this year than we ever did. You know, in those rocks and everything, just wondered if there was that much more damage. I mean,
Yeah.
'cause every road was, we wouldn't hurt to ask them about it though.
yeah, it's replacing the pens on the plates in 2025, which I think that's what he would be doing. He thought it was gonna be about 5K, but could have been more than he thought too. But looks like we're doing okay in our.
Well, we got
Tax revenue.
about $300,000 in tax revenue today. That's not been deposited, so timing is everything. Phew. Here's the bank reconciliations and the transaction report for October.
So most of the highway road material is repair, right, of flood damage, all those, they did a lot of roads too. Roads that
Yes.
weren't flood damage, they put another, because that's over by 160,000.
Yeah. I have the recap for the year
Okay,
for us to go over later. But
okay,
yeah, it's like 168,000.
yeah. And then repairs and maintenance is over by about 29,000. It's up to, maybe the expenditures are just expenditures.
That should just be your total credits. These are your debits, these are your credits. Because this is revenue and expenditures. These are
Okay.
all transactions.
Okay, I'm just thinking of budget and actual, because that's what I was, okay. I'm trying to remember what we budgeted
For what?
for the net, for each of those.
Um. Our total. Our total budget was one, including capital reserves, was 1.4 million.
Yeah, but that's without capital reserves.
So that would be 1.2 million. 1.25. And I didn't do the other revenue.
You might have seen here. Looking at the totals,
Which total?
because you're right, that's what we budgeted.
Yep.
Without capital reserves, and this is what we budgeted for revenue. And,
This might be better. I don't have the revenue.
okay,
Here, I have one for Tom. I had it for towards the end of the meeting, but
okay,
if it's easier for you to look at now.
it's getting towards the end of the year.
Yep,
so-
that's why I have this. So if you look at the report I just gave you, our actual expenditures is 2,162,000. However, that includes 700,000 in storm damage repairs And that also includes the 147,000 for capital reserve output. So our difference, I've already calculated it here. The difference between what we've spent and the appropriations is 727,000. We've received 1,030,000 from FEMA, which gives us a difference of 3,024. So if you take that 3,024, add the 698, because that's not appropriated money. That's storm damage and it'll be reimbursed, and add the 147 from capital reserves. You're at 1,000,000.
I think I just
Five.
lost. I see the 302, 493.
That's the difference between what we received in FEMA and our overage. So not to screw you up here, but if you take that 2,162,000 total expenditures through November and subtract 147,000, which is our CRF contributions, and 698,250, which is what we've spent in FEMA repairs, you get 1,317,000-ish.
So you've got the 2 million
Mhm.
less 147 from CRF.
Yep,
And then what was the FEMA number?
it's what's in capital outlay, 698,248.47. I just said 698,250. It gives you 1,317,167.
And those are total expenditures or just highway?
No, those are total.
Okay.
So if you were to deduct our voted appropriations, we're $29,281 over our voted appropriations. But we're not to further confuse, but to further clarify, we've received $1,030,000 from FEMA so far this year. So knock that 30,000 off what we've received from FEMA, and technically we're $1 million to the good. If you look at it the way DRA looks at it,
Okay,
because we received that in unanticipated revenue.
right. That we won't.
That won't be dedicated until town
Right.
meeting.
Some of it is listed in here in the revenue though, right?
No,
Okay.
no unanticipated revenue.
So what's a 529?
Let me see. So maybe she did put it in there. Yeah, from federal government. Yes, that is in there.
Okay.
I guess she has to plug it somewhere. So from federal government, that's where we go.
Okay, it's just not on the DRA reports because we have to scrub it from the DRA. This
Correct.
is just our internal account.
Correct.
Okay. And this doesn't include the latest ones that we've got because we have.
That's just October.
Oh, that's right, not year to date. Thank you. Okay,
This that I just gave you, the numbers that I just pulled off there and did the calculations, this is January through
okay,
the end of November.
yeah, year to date.
Does that make sense?
so far.
Okay.
I may have to get back to more. but-
Sometimes I have to recircle it even with myself, as I'm explaining it to myself and saying, is that right or not right?
And I sometimes do better getting a spreadsheet and being able to look at it.
And that's what this is.
I know, but it's always
Yeah.
harder for me to look at somebody else's spreadsheet than my own.
Understood.
And the process of coming up with the totals helps me to understand
How?
how exactly.
I understand.
So thank you for your patience.
No worries. Intent to cut?
Bottom there.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom.
Are you voting on that? For the intent to
I don't
cut?
think we usually vote on the intent, it's not the tax warrant for the intent to cut.
I thought you did vote on it.
I don't think we do. Cause sometimes we have multiple ones.
Okay. Pistol permit?
One signature on that.
We'll need the one signature on this.
Correct.
Supplemental property tax warrant for a piece of property that was never taken out of town ownership when it was sold at the beginning of the year.
Make a motion that we sign the supplemental tax warrant. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Tax abatement for $13 for the Donna Madonna Conservation Picnic Area on Dalton Road.
I make a motion that we sign the tax abatement.
Second that.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
We've got a bunch of meeting minutes to go through here. First one from October 16th.
Okay. I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the regular session on October 16th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Non-public number one, October 16th. Oops. Sorry. October 16th.
I make a motion that we approve the non-public session number one minutes from October 16th.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Meeting minutes from Monday, October 20th.
I make a motion, we approve the meeting minutes from the working session on October 20th.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Did I have non-publics attached to that?
Hmm?
Was there non-public attached to that?
Yes,
Sorry.
it's all right. I make a motion, we approve the non-public session number one meeting minutes from October 20th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Regular session, October 27th. Meeting minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from October 27th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I feel like that's all we did for like 6 or 7 weeks. Meet and then meet and then meet and then meet. And then meet again.
We did, we meet every week.
Yes, we did. Meeting minutes from the working session of November 6th.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from the working session on November 6th. You second it?
Yeah, second.
All in favor? Aye.
Meeting minutes from November 10th.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from November 10th.
Second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
On public number 1 from November 10th.
I make a motion that we approve the non-public session number 1 for November 10th.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Last set. Working session November 17th.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from the working session on November 17th.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
I got. Till we get into the agenda.
Okay. Do we have an update on the VoIP phone system?
I received an email with a bunch of questions in it from the phone installations project manager last week. I answered all those questions on Friday and I haven't heard anything yet. So I let him know that we needed to coordinate that with our IT consultant to make sure that everything has the proper securities.
Okay, and did we get the fiber optic connected?
Yes, Fidium is all connected. We cannot disconnect our Spectrum service until the Department of Motor Vehicles gives us our special firewall. Because it's a new system, they have to provide new approval for it.
Okay,
So we're just waiting on that, and
and what's the time?
they said 1 to 2 weeks. So we should have something this week, hopefully.
So do they actually give us a firewall on that system?
It's something they do on their end
Okay,
with our IP address.
okay. And the use of the gym, The-
They had their first classes this Saturday, everything. I feel like it went well. Doris came in to use the library when they were training and we just had to move into the other room so she could get down the hallway, not be in the way. So
okay,
everything seemed to go fine. They
Good.
were cleaning up when I left.
okay. I know we had the gentleman come and talk to us about the CPCNH agreement.
Yep.
Are we ready to, are you going to send that out so we can review it before we sign it?
I can finish looking at that. And then we can make whatever updates we need to do so that that can be signed. Yes,
Okay.
I'll shoot for the next meeting.
And then we previously talked about the high school students working on events
That
for
is,
admission.
I spoke with Tara and I think that's gonna probably be pushed. The high school students are inundated with things to do in different communities right now, so she said maybe in the spring.
Okay, because they were gonna do a Christmas event, right?
They were gonna do a Nightmare Before Christmas,
And they're not going to.
not this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they helped out with the Dalton Neighbors dinner.
The Friendsgiving dinner, and we have another dinner this Friday, so there will probably be some of them here helping again, yes.
Good. Okay. Do we have any, I know we've got an issue with moisture in the floor.
I have not heard anything back from the flooring contractor yet.
Okay. And then recyclables, because we're coming up on January 1 when Littleton will no longer take our recyclables, or we were able to negotiate something
Still
with that.
Still waiting to hear back from Brian at NH Recycles. He was trying to set up a meeting between the town manager, the selectman, Monroe, and us to see if there was some type of arrangement we could make. Because Littleton is the only town in the North Country that's contracted to take other towns' recycling. So
Okay. So what is Lancaster doing?
Lancaster handles their own recycling.
Okay.
They don't have the right permits.
Which,
Lancaster doesn't have permits to take our recycling.
okay,
No.
so they take their own two facilities themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we waiting for that meeting to happen?
Yes,
before-
I'm gonna reach out to Brian at NH Recycles again this week to see where they're at on it.
Okay,
There, as of last week, they hadn't heard back from Littleton, so I don't know if no answer is their answer or,
is Littleton willing to meet, or do we need to move forward?
well, that's what I'm waiting.
Yeah,
Brian was trying to facilitate that.
okay. And then if we can't work out a deal with Littleton, then our options are to take our recycling to recycling centers ourselves, correct?
Correct.
I'm looking at Kyle too.
Or have Casella take it at $435 a load
And that's just
at
a
$55 a ton.
ton. That's pretty steep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna jump down to new business,
Yep.
transfer station box truck.
Yes, I did, Aero Equipment has one for sale in Littleton. I did go look at it, I did test drive it. It's a good solid truck, strong running truck, very clean. Does have high miles. 204,000. It's a cab over Isuzu box truck, 14-foot box. You would be able to transport 6 gear loads at a time.
So your thought is using that box truck to take our
Take our
recyclables to a recycling
recyclables
facility.
and the mattresses also, when we transport those.
So you would take those to
Casella.
Casella.
Yeah.
It would be kind of like a storage at the same time and leave more room in the building.
Yes, it would.
And then you wouldn't have to spend the time loading and strapping and unloading, that type of thing.
Yeah,
Just my thought.
Yeah, in the wintertime, I have to use one of the town trucks. So I have to drop the plow off it, take the tailpiece off the sander so I can hook the trailer onto it. Load the recyclables on the trailer, tarp it, strap it down. And then take it, and then when I'm done, put the truck back together. So they can use it on the roads.
so my thought is, and how much is this truck?
He was asking 8,000 for it, but he said he would take 6.
Because with a truck, we would have ongoing maintenance to keep it running, tires and all that.
Yeah, correct, but I mean, you're looking at maybe once or twice a month. This would
Yeah.
actually be on the road.
And we'd have to carry insurance.
Yeah, it
You know,
would be
like all
like, it
this-
would be a town vehicle.
So what's going through my head is, what about a box trailer?
Well, if we got a trailer, I would still have to pull a sander apart to hook onto it.
To hook onto it? We don't have a vehicle now that
No,
we'd be able to use without.
no, not a town vehicle. I mean, all the dump trucks would have sanders on.
How often do we make a run to recycling? Or will we?
On average, every 3 weeks to a month, depending on it's less in the winter time.
Okay, where are the recycling centers? Where are we gonna be taking it?
Right now, we take it to Little,
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but we can't take it there anymore.
right?
And
So I don't know. That's
so we've
all
got to
gonna
figure
come
that piece
from
out.
New Hampshire Recycling. Hear from them.
Do you have any information on that?
No,
I mean, Lancaster, we could find out where Lancaster takes theirs. And New Hampshire Recycling should be able to tell us where to take it. What's your thought, Tom, and like a truck versus
I
a
think
trailer?
it's a good thing, but at the same time, I'm looking at the money aspect of it too. You got the insurance, you got the upkeep, but it is gonna take away whole day's worth of wages of what he's gotta do. I mean, you kind of have to pinch your pennies, run your numbers to find out what would work best, I think. Would you said Adam said that would be
Yeah,
an ideal thing too?
yeah, he's all for it. So.
Because the truckload to go to NCES is how much again? 400?
435 for a dumpster pull.
So I'm wondering if we decide to work with this, would it be worth going down and offering him 5?
Well, he's already come down 2, so I don't
That's
know.
all right. Everybody starts high.
Yeah,
And then think about it, it's an older truck.
yeah.
What year is it?
It's a 2008.
How many Gaylords do we take now on the trailer?
12.
So for one trailer run, it'd be 2 truck runs.
Right. But time-wise, I can make 2 truck runs in the amount of time it takes me to make 1 run with the trailer. Because you gotta pull everything apart, hook up, tarp, strap, unhook.
Is there a way to get does it have a lift gate?
It does have a lift gate. They have the lift gate is in the back of the truck right now. They took it off because they weren't using it. They were using that truck to haul waste oil furnaces. That's what they do for a business.
So does that price come with the lift gate?
Yes,
They're putting it back on?
the lift gate is in the truck. We probably wouldn't use the lift gate anyway. I mean, because when I'm loading it, I would load it with a forklift.
Right, but how are
Yeah.
they, depending on where we're getting it, where we're taking it, depends, I guess, on how they're gonna get it out.
Right. What we've done in the past, any place I've taken it, they have a forklift there that they unload.
Can the truck accommodate the weight of a forklift going in to take a Gaylord out?
If you put a forklift in the truck, you're severely limiting the amount of Gaylords you can take,
Right.
so. And I don't know how you would get it,
So you get a hand truck that you'd have to push them in with.
yeah. As far as unloading the truck, I mean, I can throw the pallet jack in the truck
Mm-hmm.
and bring it to the back of the truck and they can unload it with fork.
What's the
Yeah.
insurance running on our trucks now?
I don't know, because we just pay a lump sum
Because we pay
for
our
liability.
liability for the building in the town and the trucks and the equipment and vehicles, so we could probably get that rate down. Hmm.
It's a hard call. I'd like to accommodate, but.
Yeah, well, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what we're looking at
Yeah,
year end and how, I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like things are in pretty good,
Oh,
well, no, we're,
we still have December.
yeah. And we're over our appropriated expenditures, a lot of that is.
Right. And if we ended up having to go to take the stuff to Casella, it doesn't have to be sorted. So
right,
I mean, I hate to make it feel like we're moving backwards in how far progress has gone with recycling, but then it doesn't have to be sorted. So then you've got everyone bringing all of their recycling, dumping it into one box or one dumpster for $435, they take it. As opposed to a truck, Gaylords, extra labor, loading, unloading, travel, payroll, so insurance, fuel, maintenance.
not gonna end up.
So now add all those things up. Is it worth it to pay $435 a truckload and have all the recycling just be thrown into one dumpster in the recycling building?
Well, we don't actually have a dumpster for recycling,
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
$130 a month.
and would we?
We'd probably
looking
be-
at one truck pickup per month or two?
Well, you're talking how many Gaylords of, say, aluminum cans could fit into a dumpster? 8, 10?
40-yard dumpster,
Well, do we have 30 yards? We have 30 yarders, right?
we have 40s.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what could we fit into the transfer station for recycling if we were to put it in there? A 30 yarder?
Yeah, you could probably use a 30-yarder.
So how many Gaylords of, say, cardboard or aluminum cans or glass bottles could go into a 30-yard container? Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16 maybe?
I don't think you'd get 16.
Depending on what
Yeah.
how bulky the material is, right?
Right.
I mean, if
And
you're talking,
if you're just gonna throw it in there, I mean, it's not packed or anything,
Right.
so.
I mean, so you could potentially be looking at $600 a month to have your recycling taken to Casella. No additional time other than what's already spent at the transfer station. No fuel, no maintenance, no additional insurance.
So for 40 yarder, you could get roughly 24, 25 payloads in, you know.
Depending on the material.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got plastic milk jugs that people never crush, you're looking at less, right?
But they go over there with the tractors too after they get sold.
Right, compress it,
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, you can pack it with that.
So, I mean, you're probably pretty close there. I think we should probably run some numbers I mean, realistically, you probably go, what, every 2 weeks, closer to every 2 weeks in the summer?
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah,
there's a
true,
lot
true.
more people, a
Right.
lot more drinking.
Yeah, yeah,
A whole lot more drinking in the summer, I'm sure.
yeah.
So maybe we run some numbers,
Yeah,
run some numbers and
well, and a question is, can we, with our own truck, take recyclables to NCES if we don't?
I don't know why not.
Well, we have to check with that.
We
'cause
take
it-
our own mattresses.
Okay. Okay,
We take
And the
our own
way it is right
mattresses.
now, I can't transport mattresses in the wintertime. Cause all the trucks have equipment on them.
Yeah, so,
I can only do it in the summer when the sanders on. Unless I take sander off and put it back on.
yeah,
Yeah.
or put it in the.
Yeah.
Put it on the flatbed. And then strap them down.
Yeah.
Well, we can run some numbers and then talk about it again at the next meeting.
do you think the truck will be available, or is it? something
Well,
that
I don't know. He said he did have one other person interested in it. I can talk to him tomorrow.
I like this. You can talk to them, but I think we still need to run the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would feel better, and also try to get a sense of our options for where we can take recyclables too,
Yeah, I mean, see if we could figure that out.
because, if we're gonna have to drive them down to the southern part of the state, how does that offset
Right.
taking
Yeah,
them
if
to
you're gonna have
NCES?
cover a long distance.
Because the truck probably doesn't get very good gas mileage.
Yeah, just from driving it once, I don't know.
Yeah,
All right,
okay,
So I'll just tell him we'll wait to hear from you then.
yeah, we meet again on the 22nd. I don't know if we'll meet next week or not.
Okay, 27.
okay. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
No, it's good to have ideas
Right, yeah.
And options.
and
Yeah.
options and just figure out which is best. So I appreciate the work you've done.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay. Building committee, there's not a lot going on.
I did have Portland Glass come out and look at the windows when we were talking about windows
okay.
and closures and all the other stuff. And so I said, hey, just, so that we have a number in our head, what would it cost to replace windows? So I got a price from him to furnish and install to replace all of the windows, none of the doors, but all of the windows in the building, except for the ones at the front. Because those were done already. We're looking at $134,000. Because these windows, you've got the one that's a crank, but then the others don't open at all. So he said, you could put in double hungs there, single double hungs, but then you've got to rebuild frames. He said, you're probably talking the same amount of money to just custom make the 6-panel window and put it in as a unit with the casement.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. So I said I would get a number. That's the number.
Do we have a number for just the ones with the crank that are
They're all,
part of the thing? So we couldn't replace just the one with the crank,
you could, but you'd have to reframe,
reframe it.
which can be done, but he didn't give me a price for
You
it.
say all the windows that just here out front everywhere? Or
All the windows,
all
all the windows in the building.
Except for the vestibule where those already got replaced.
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
Because my understanding was most of the windows are okay, it's just the cranks are failing.
Yes.
You can buy replacements, cranks.
Cranks.
Yes.
Windows,
And that was, sorry, that's what Brian said. He was gonna try and find the cranks.
That seems to make more sense if the windows aren't that bad. They're not thinking. I mean, we probably could get more efficient ones, but
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Mhm.
I'm not thinking we can afford to do that.
Need to wait for some really good grants to come out first.
you know,
Yeah.
if the service, if they're real bad, then I would suggest that you take one or two windows every now and again and replace it when we can afford it.
Yeah, if they have to be, yeah, like,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, so far,
they're okay, yeah. Okay. Conservation Commission, do you have updates?
we did receive a couple letters from DES, one regarding a violation at the property owned by Chris Nelson. Chris and Tracy Nelson on Faraway and Dalton Road. I guess there was some work done there on the property, possible wetland violations, so DES is asking for them to apply for a permit and make corrections.
Okay.
Then we received another one. Eversource received approval for their standard dredge and fill wetland permit to work on their Q195 utility work, Littleton, Dalton, and Whitefield.
Okay. With the planning board, we had an inquiry about, doing a merger between a lot that's off of Nichols Road with a private way. But when we discussed it last Wednesday, there were some questions about ownership of the private way, and we'd like Carl was going to reach out and have the landowner come in. I think it was Rob Blanchard. Come in and
Oh,
talk to us about it.
Ronnie
Ron-
Blanchett. Blan-
Yes,
Blanchard, no,
no,
Blanchard,
like, I'm not sure.
yep.
I'd have to look back. So we really felt like we needed to talk with the landowner and get more information. There was some ambiguity in the deeds in terms of whether the ownership of that private way was shared or not. And we were talking as we talked about that. I know we had a discussion about Nichols Road sometime in the last year or so. And I was just wondering, is Nichols Road a town road or
Yes,
it is a town road?
it is.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think that we've had a discussion, but I have seen a discussion on Facebook about it. And
I think it's a select board meeting we had one, because I think somebody wanted to put up a gate or something. And I just couldn't remember the details. But it was a while ago.
Yeah, he wanted to put up a gate so that people couldn't go through it as a circle. That they could only go in one way and they'd have to turn around. And it was decided that you couldn't do that. It would have to go to town meeting and blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
That's what I remember from that, from
Okay.
previously.
and so it is a town road. I just was not remembering the details. And we also talked a little bit about Tucker Road. And Terry was doing some research because there's a gentleman who is going to build a house and a garage and an ADU up on Tucker Road towards the Lancaster border. And the question was, is that a town road or not? There was a warrant article that discontinued the road from a certain point to the Lancaster town border. But she was looking for the minutes for a result of that.
Yeah, and I did print out the email that she sent back in November on that. I haven't been able to get into the vault. I was gonna do that last week, but then I was sick and we were dealing with having no avatar database, so we were down for
Yeah,
a day and a half with no avatar. So I'll try to get into the vault this week and see what I can find on that
okay,
as far as town minutes.
okay. Yeah, back in the 80s, and I know when I was researching stuff, we see the warrant articles in the town report. And some years, I can go and look at the following year, but during the 80s, those minutes are not in the report, so you have to go back to the actual binders. It's kind of clunky. I think those are the only things from the planning board that are kind of out there.
Can we go back to the Conservation Commission? We have the Gina Damiano
Ah, yes.
reappointment and Mandy Devino as an alternate appointment. I forgot we received those requests from John.
I'm glad you reminded me. I make a motion to reappoint Gina Damiano to the Conservation Commission.
I want to table it for now to see if there's other people who want to step out. My answer is no right now. But I think other people need to know that it's there and. So my answer is no right now.
And before the Conservation Commission recommends somebody to the select board, they usually require them to go to
Yeah,
meet to
that's
2 or
right.
3 meetings, and I don't think anybody except Mandy has stepped up to do that.
I don't know when does Gina's term expire?
Is it January? Not sure.
I don't know, I'm looking right now. January 26th, yes.
So I don't think by the time we meet again, will there be there won't be a Conservation Commission meeting for somebody to even go and show interest.
No, I'm stating what I think.
Hmm?
I'm not going to go with it right now.
Okay, we'll have to address it next meeting.
Okay,
I make a motion to appoint Mandy as an alternate member of the Conservation Commission, Mandy Devino.
Any-
Excuse me. Okay. There's been no activity on the host community agreement committee. I know that Wendy is looking at attorneys who have experience with environmental issues and contracting, and so I think she's still looking as the last communication I saw on that. Okay. We had the solar panels installed at the highway department, correct?
yes, and I spoke with Jack from Barrington Solar. He did not make it out last week, so he's gonna make it out this week and hook everything up. I'm waiting to hear back from him on whether we will have some type of access to any type of program to monitor their productivity. I haven't heard back on that yet, so,
There should be. We might need internet access there,
which we have.
we have that now with the fiber optic there.
Mhm.
We're just waiting for the fiber optic here because of the motor vehicle. thing,
Yes,
right?
well, the fiber optic has been installed here. We just haven't moved the plug from one to
Right,
the other.
okay.
And I submitted for reimbursement to DES on that, and I received confirmation that she got our invoice. So
Okay,
hoping to get that back before the end of the year.
that would be nice.
Mhm.
Okay. Transfer station scale?
I'm working on a grant through NH Recycles and DES that would possibly pay for 100% for a scale. Just looking for something smaller and simple, just like a pallet scale or whatever. That'll tell us how much the Gaylord weighs. I'm working on getting pricing for
Gaylord for the pallet weighs roughly 70 pounds.
but filled.
Yeah.
So, cause Littleton was gonna start weighing that for us and then they never did, so
Mhm.
we have to report that. On our transfer station report that we have to do annually, how much we do in recycling and so on and so forth. So
And if we're
we
gonna,
should have a scale, and if we could get it paid for 100%, even better.
and if we start dealing with our own recyclables, it would be nice to know how much we're taking too.
Yeah, especially if we have to pay Casella to take them.
Yeah.
Who says that we have to report the weight on that?
DES.
Okay. Then still talking about grant opportunities, truck replacement?
Yep, there are a couple different truck replacement opportunities that have come up. One that could pay up to 95% of the purchase price of the vehicle. So I dangled that carrot in front of Adam and said, hey, would you be willing to destroy the old 10-wheeler if you got a 95% reimbursement on a new one? And he said for 95%, absolutely. So
And then-
he's getting pricing from two different manufacturers for replacing the dump truck. And it could cover up to 95% of that purchase price. And then Ron is also getting pricing on replacing the tanker truck, which is the only vehicle that really needs replacement because it's manual. And they don't have enough people who know how to drive manual. And it's the oldest and most in need of replacement, I believe were his words. So, we have money in capital reserve, so say for instance, if the town got a grant and we got a $300,000 dump truck and the grant paid 95%, that would only be $15,000 out of our pocket.
You talking about the big dump truck?
Yeah. And same. And right now, I think we have like $60,000 in our capital reserve. Same for truck, if they replace the tanker truck. And again, say it was $200,000 for a tanker truck and it paid 95%, we would pay $10,000 out of our pocket for a brand new tanker truck.
And when we were gonna replace the truck before and there was a grant, and I know there was a question, the one we were buying was a model that just didn't last very well and didn't. But there
That
are
had
better
gotten
models.
bad ratings, bad reviews, yep,
And it was an
and-
automatic and they really wanted a manual, correct?
right, that and the grant was for like 60-some thousand dollars on a $270,000 truck.
Yeah.
So we would have
So
still had to have gotten a loan or a
and we're talking
bond,
about a bond at that point, right?
correct?
Okay,
So this is a much higher match,
yeah,
so
good. And with a tanker, is the automatic as reliable as a manual?
Ron seems to think so.
Okay. And he's tied in with other people who've used similar
Ye-
models.
yeah,
He can
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, he's talked to everybody.
Okay, what's the time frame on the grant proposals?
They're accepting them on a rolling basis at the end of the month, every month until the money's gone. So the
So it's
faster we
better-
get it submitted, the better chance we have.
So do you think we can split it this month?
If those guys move fast.
Might be worth pushing them a
We
little bit.
received did receive one proposal from Adam for a truck, but I don't think it includes the plow, that. I don't believe it's a full package price, because it was like only $168,000 or $188,000, and I know that can't be right. Not when 2.5 years ago it was 300,000.
Yeah,
So I've got to get with Adam and talk to him about that.
okay.
Unfortunately, I know we had looked at replacing the 2016 or the 2017 Ford F-550s, but unfortunately, those trucks are too new. They don't qualify for replacement with the grants that are available. Because that's what we were trying for first,
Yeah,
since he was saying the dump truck was fine.
yeah.
But then I said, yeah, I see all the bills. It's not fine.
I saw all the bills I mean, I couldn't tell which equipment they were for.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of money in repairs
Yeah.
this month.
And a lot of it, I think, was due to lack of maintenance, like he said. I agree with him, but yeah,
Yeah, and they've had heavy usage the
Mhm.
last 2 years.
Yes, they have, especially. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
And then I know we had another reimbursement from FEMA.
Yep,
So
we,
that one was, help me remember the amount.
we got like a 2,600 and then like 100, oh, they're right here in front of me. 2778.82. And then 151, 145.70. So no public hearing is required for the 2,778.82. But we do require public hearing for the 151,000. And I have that scheduled for 6:30 on December 22nd. And the notices have already been posted.
Okay, good. And so that brings the total FEMA reimbursement to?
1,030,000 and some change.
And again, that's 75% of what we spent.
Roughly,
That's 75% of what we spent,
roughly,
about approximately.
Mm.
Okay,
that I've submitted.
yeah,
We've got mitigation work that's happened on Blakesley Road that I should be able to submit, if not this week, next week. I needed to wait because we didn't do any AP checks 2 weeks ago. I have to provide copies of checks when I submit. And then, we've got the, what's it called? Wages and, the benefits or whatever it's called. Whatever the cost is for like the insurance, the benefits, the this, that, I can't remember what it's called. But we didn't have that in our original proposal for all the work that happened last year. So we broke it out, we realized it and then added it, got it added as an amendment. So that's what that 2,700 is for. That's for one of the contracts. But we've got 16,000 and then I think another 3,000 or 4,000 coming for that. And then whatever I submit for Blakesley. And that'll probably be it as far as what FEMA owes us right now. Until we start doing repair and mitigation work next year, as long as they approve the time extension. I did get feedback on the time extensions that I submitted and I need to break down the detail scope of work and when it's going to be completed for each. I need to give more wording,
okay,
which I never am usually asked for, but I guess in this case, I was too vague.
okay.
So I'll
But we
work on
did-
that this week.
But we did put in a time extension.
Yep,
The
time
deadline was
extension
February,
for,
right?
for all of the contracts except for Smith Road, which is done,
Okay,
done.
yeah. Yeah, Smith Road looks great. Speaking of roads and thinking back to the planning board discussion, does Adam have all of the, like a summary of town and private roads in town in some format? 'Cause
I
know
believe he has a list.
Would that be something I could get? And maybe I could put it into a file that's shared so we have it?
Yeah, I mean, I have what I believe to be a complete list.
Okay,
You want me to just send it to you?
sure, that'd be great.
Mhm.
Do we have any other updates?
We do. Excuse me. We received the date for the deliberative session for the school board. It's Wednesday, February 4th at 6 p.m. I know usually a board member or two attend that. We all,
Wednesday, February 4th?
yes, at
Okay.
6 p.m. at the
at the
high school.
Okay,
We also received our new payment schedule for 2025, 2026. Here you guys go, one for each of you. Not great.
Going up.
Yeah.
It's more, a bigger increase than we've seen in previous years, which
It is.
we knew from the working on the tax rate, so,
It is, but never makes the blow hurt any less.
yeah.
We also received the notice of the budget hearing for Coas County, which is Monday, December 15th at 10 a.m. I'm going to try and attend this. I did a few years ago and I thought it was pretty enlightening. I emailed the letter and the county budgets to you guys, budget expenditures and revenues. So you guys should have that. I don't know if you plan on attending, but
The letter was pretty detailed and
Mhm,
provided a lot of information.
mhm.
So this is our, we get the $460,000 a year. Goes to that.
470 this year, like that.
Keeps going up.
Mhm.
Of course, they had
Um,
the budget meeting after they set their budget and the tax rate, it's kind of backwards. Isn't it? Well, I
Kind of.
guess,
And then I had already given you guys the expenses for January through November. I also did a printout. This is just from our bookkeeping program, a printout of expenditures detailed by department, including what's available left in the budget, whether it's over or under. I'll give this to you. I just want to let you know so that no one freaks out that there's expenditures in here that are not included in our appropriations. So when you look at this and say, what is Jeanette talking about? We spent $4.3 million this year. That includes stuff that does not get included in our appropriations. It's not in our budget.
like the.
So when
county
you
and
look
the
at this
total-
bottom line here, and it says that we're $3 million over budget, that's not correct. It's not painting the correct picture because it includes taxes for the school, taxes for the county, transfers to capital reserves. It includes our capital outlay. It includes the debt that we've repaid. So I'm just telling you now, putting it on record, that when someone comes to me and says, hey, someone gave this to me and it shows we're $3 million over budget, I can say, go back to the meeting from this day and yeah, so, but I didn't want to not give it to you because it gives you a picture line by line in what has been spent. And this has not been vetted by me yet. This is just basically what came out of the system.
And we don't use encumbrances at all, do we?
No. No,
Jeanette, we're up 3 million over budget.
I know. Better get your checkbook out, Tom.
Get done.
Well, and I mean, that's what happened to me a couple years ago when I gave out preliminary numbers and then things changed and people freaked out and they're like, well, where did this money go? You can't just take it out of a report. And it's like, okay, well, it's a different report. So I don't want anyone to, at budget hearing or any of the budget meetings preparing for budget, say, hey, these numbers are not right. This includes stuff that's not included in appropriations. So.
So. On the debt, the principal, that's a tan,
Yes.
okay.
And originally we budgeted for $6,000 of that because you don't include repayment of a loan in your appropriations. You only include interest. So that $6,000 is what we figured we were going to pay in interest because we knew we were keeping the tan until June or July. We did not anticipate having to take a second installment of the tan, which is why we paid $9,000 in interest instead of $6,000.
Okay.
That other sheet that I gave you is a better picture, the one I gave you earlier.
Because it has a departmental subtotals,
Well, and it takes out,
the high,
it takes out most of what wouldn't be in there anyway, with the exception of the FEMA, what we've spent on road repairs and the because that's not a budgeted item. It's not an appropriation. And then it includes what we transferred to capital reserves. And then I got two more things and then I'm done.
yeah. What else do you have?
Mm,
So Jeanette,
yes,
you got highway wages,
which report you looking at?
good thing,
The one I just gave you,
yeah. that's
stapled
great.
together, okay?
So you got total budget on this, period through 2025-01 through January 25. I'm not reading that right.
No, you've got January through essentially through this pay period.
Okay,
If it's been posted in the system, I don't do payroll, so I don't post it.
okay,
Highway wages,
but I got 200, so it cut, help me understand the $208,440.
if you go all the way up at the top where the headers are,
Yeah.
tells you that's the total budget column.
Okay.
So our total approved budget for highway wages was 208,440.
For just, for the highway,
Just for the highway, $208,440.
I thought that was approved of just 400 something thousand. That's my man,
This is 2025.
and we approved that kind of money for the highway this year? Is that what you're telling me?
For this-
The 2025 budget that was voted on in March at town meeting included highway wages for $208,440. What we've spent so far is $166,836.
Okay. Yes, okay, thank you.
Got it? This is 2025.
Yeah.
We started working on 2026.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It is, it's starting to collect now.
Okay. Eversource contacted me. They wanted to come in and do a presentation on their Q195 transmission rebuild project. To me or interested town representatives. They were hoping to start construction in 2026. This is not a meeting to include the public. This is more for town officials. Would you guys like them to come in and give a presentation on Q195?
They gave one to the planning board, I think.
Well, and they came in and talked to, I
Did they do
believe,
the select-
select board members.
Yeah.
I thought they did.
Planning board members we invited, but I don't think anyone came.
Seems like there was a presentation where I was the only select board member
I
there.
think you were.
They did do it.
Yeah,
It's not necessary. They're offering it. I told them since it's not for the public, that you guys would want it to be before a select board meeting, and our next one is the 22nd. So I don't know if you guys want to say, sure, we'd love to hear about it, or no, we think we've heard enough about it.
I think they gotta do what they're gonna do.
I'm thinking we don't need a presentation.
No.
If we need one, we've got enough time in the spring
Yeah.
or winter, January,
So-
February, we could do it.
I'm just gonna let him know that you guys are gracefully bowing out. Not necessary at this time.
Yep.
Okay. The last piece of information I have is we were able to test the water in the town building, the municipal building here, when DES offered all of the water testing for residents. There's a kit left and I asked permission to do the town building and she said absolutely. So there are no PFAS, no PFAS that are over the recommended limit. The result is less than 2.0, so they're basically saying there's no PFAS. We passed the 1, 2, 3, 4 PFOA, PFOS, PFNA, EFHXS. We passed those tests, no problems with the PFAS. However, our water exceeds the drinking water standard for arsenic, which is poisonous. And uranium. So I'll pass this over to you guys. You could take a look at it.
What about lead? So for lead,
Uh, it passes for lead. It's within the drinking standard.
and microbes?
Yes, it passed it's within the drinking standards for everything else.
Except for arsenic and uranium.
Correct.
And how can it be remediated for arsenic and?
You would get an additional water filter, either at the tap or at your
Like a
pump.
whole,
Yep.
where does the water come into the building? You have a holding tank?
There's
In
a
the boiler
tank.
room?
There's a tank in the
Boiler room, so we could put
no
all
in
like,
the
No, you have an artesian well out back.
yeah, but there's a tank in the evidence room. I believe that's where your pump is.
over where the police used to?
The evidence room right here in the hallway.
Oh, okay.
So it's very hard. It has high iron, high manganese, but not so high. It's high compared to what they recommend, but not so high that you can't drink it. High sodium, high arsenic, lead, uranium, fluoride, pH. There you go.
The people said artesian well that we have,
I don't know.
I'm learning that this is on hearsay from people that know water.
Mm-hmm.
The deeper you go, the worse your water is.
Probably, yeah, I wouldn't be.
I don't know how true that is, but
Right.
it's just something I heard.
I have heard that. You can go on the DES website, find out how deep it is.
Yeah.
I've done that with my well. I don't remember how deep my well is now, but I know I looked it up.
My guess would be that could be correct, just because if you're pulling from closer to the ground level, as long as you're not by something that could contaminate it, it's being refreshed and flushed more often.
Right.
So that could be true. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a professional, and that's what
Me neither. And I don't need to know. I get the water tested and then I know and roll with it.
So I think the question would be, would a whole house filter out the arsenic?
I think you would probably have to get a special filter for arsenic, but I don't know. I mean, I'm here the most. I don't drink the water out of the tap. I buy my own drinking water and bring it here. And when we have events here, we don't drink it. We use bottled water.
But do you use it for cooking?
Rarely. Sometimes.
But we need to post signs.
If it's dangerous, yes. I mean, they didn't say it's so dangerous that you shouldn't consume the water. It's just higher than what it should be.
And I think there's more stuff in your food that you buy that's worse than that anyways.
I guess it depends on what you're buying.
True. Very true.
So I know when I looked at my little report, there's a lot of information that I can't read quickly tonight. It might be worth reaching out to DES to see what they recommend.
Okay,
I mean, it seems like we probably need to post a sign that the water's not potable.
But it
arsenic
is.
level. Well, but if the
Well-
arsenic level is out of the standard, then. Or we let people know that.
yeah,
it's high.
I'll contact DES and see what they recommend.
And then if something like just one of those whole house filters would remediate it, then that's
Mm-hmm.
something that's.
So
Not
isn't,
bad.
is arsenic like a liquid? I would have filtered.
I think it comes in different,
It probably depends on the temperature, whether it's a liquid or a solid.
right?
Yeah. I'm just wondering how a filter would take it out if it's liquid based.
I don't know, it's just like manganese. How does a filter remove manganese?
But I think it may be it's probably that temperature is probably a solid, but it's probably just. It's not like you see it in the water, it's,
Yeah.
Just because I have a biochemistry background, inorganic arsenic has a half-life of about 10 hours. So it's not completely bioaccumulating. Your body will pass it as it changes it into different forms of arsenic.
say again, I'm sorry.
It will change and be excreted through your urine in about 10 hours. It's if your chronic occupational exposure that would lead to a deadly exposure. So
Okay.
like if you were drinking it every day, gallon upon gallon,
Yeah,
you can filter it out.
Yeah.
But we'll come back after you've talked to DES and see. what
yes,
they
I could talk
recommend.
to them and see if they recommend taking any actions.
Okay. Any other updates?
Nope.
Public comments? Do we have any public comments?
Can I just ask a question?
Sure.
I was just wondering if I could do.
Because we have people on Zoom.
Sure.
Can you,
Amanda Devino, 511 Simons Road. I was just wondering if I could get an explanation as to why I was not considered for the DCC, Tom.
I was rushing into that, and I think other people need a chance to let other people know that it's available. So that everybody's got a chance. And that's
Everybody
what I'd
would
like
go
to
to
see.
the meetings, though.
And
If you would go to the meetings, you would have known that.
that's what I want, that's the way I feel about it.
yeah, I personally feel like we should move on and act, and I made a motion, but it was not seconded. Chris?
Yeah, I mean.
And can, again, because we've got Zoom, can you,
Oh, sorry, Kristen is 541 Simons Road. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to say anything today, but it did surprise me. First hearing, I can understand Tom not, saying we might want some new people in with Gina. However, I'm sure Gina is a very good candidate and should stay in. But he has his opinion, but the thing is the whole reason why he said that, Tom said that, was he said that we should allow new people to have the opportunity. So now we have a new person who's fulfilled the obligation. He took time to go to at least 2 meetings and has stepped up to the plate. And so for me, all I see is an obstruction from a select board member. I guess I'm really confused about that. Because if we have other people in our community, that are interested, why aren't they going? So,
I have to agree with that statement,
We have no comment right now. I made my statement, what I'm gonna do.
all right, well, I would just like it, I definitely want that on record, that we have a select board member who is essentially obstructing town business.
Yeah, I personally feel like we've got a person who's been involved on the committee as an active member in contributing and wants to continue, and we have another individual who's attended meetings and showed interest in the commission and is willing to serve as an alternate. And there haven't been other people going to the Conservation Commission meetings to participate and show their interest in their willingness to serve. So I personally think that both of those people should be appointed and reappointed.
Move the table around.
We'll bring it up at next meeting. Any other public comments? I make a motion that we adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you. Good night.